everybody, and welcome to Comics from the Future. I'm Andy.
I'm Matt.
We're here with Infinity Flux Comics out of Chattanooga, Tennessee.
That's right. Did you forget where you were because you've been gone?
Because I've been gone, and it's like all so new to me.
Yeah, where am I at again?
Well, this is our big show where we show you some of the biggest and best books that you can pre-order by this weekend. So head on over to infinityflux.net right now where you can start placing your pre-orders for these awesome books that are arriving around kind of late December, early January.
Yep.
So we're already into some 2026 books, but some great stuff. And you've got to get your orders in now if you want to be guaranteed to get them. But let's get into it because there's some pretty cool stuff on this. Starting off with our Prime Comic pre-orders and...
Absolute Wonder Woman number 15. This one is going to be awesome. So this is the first meeting of Absolute Batman and Absolute Wonder Woman. Really the first meeting of two of our main Absolute characters.
So the first ever Absolute team up is here.
There you go. I didn't even see that, but it's like they knew I was going to say it. So how do you say this? Hecate or Hecate?
Hecate?
Hecate? Okay. Every time I read it, I don't know how to... Yeah. So the mark of Hecate, if that's how you say it, at a crime scene in Gotham, draws Wonder Woman into Batman's orbit in dramatic fashion. Batman and Wonder Woman are going to have to work together to solve a series of grisly and ambitious murders that threaten something much more dangerous coming for Gotham. And this is going to then continue into Absolute Batman number 16, coming in January. So it's going to be like a two-part thing. So for part 1 here, part 2 in Absolute Batman, number 16, of course, we haven't gotten 14 or 15 yet. 14 comes out next week. 15 is the big Joker issue. So, but yeah, this will continue in Absolute Batman in January. But yeah, it's really cool. Batman and Wonder Woman teaming up in the Absolute Universe. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, first of possibly many.
Yep. So this is our A cover. We have a Derek Chu cover. There's a Larix Lee cover, and there's a Kyung Om variant. Ooh, I didn't see that one with Batman in the background. Batman. Oh, that's neat. That might be the one because he's got the axe and she's got the sword. Oh.
You know, I'm not always a huge fan of the heroes fighting each other right off the bat, but I would like to see the axe versus the giant sword for just a second.
You said right off the bat. I feel like, even if he swung the axe and she swung the sword, and you want to see them clang, but I think, honestly, he really should just go flying into a building or something. She's so strong.
Well, next up, we have Absolute Martian Manhunter, the return of Absolute Martian Manhunter. It's been on a little bit of a hiatus. It was only supposed to be 6 issues, and now it is extended to 12, so it's very exciting that we are back. And they took a little hiatus so the same creative team could stay on it, which I think is the most important thing because this would not be the same book if it was a different writer or a different artist. This is a perfect culmination of the two. So, now that we're back, after we dealt with some of the White Martian stuff in the previous storyline, John Jones and the Martian check into the Heartbreak Motel after the mind-altering events of the White Martians' first foray on Earth. The agency, a shadowy group with unlimited governmental authority, comes to investigate the strange occurrences in Middleton. John must juggle his job, hiding the Martian, his expanding abilities, his crumbling relationships, all the while living out of a motel. Meanwhile, Bridget wrestles with revelations of John shared with her before his departure, while single-handedly taking care of Tyler. So, this just... I don't know. This is the most, like... I don't know. He's not a great guy.
Yeah.
And especially with, like, his mind being kind of pulled in multiple directions... It's such a different take on the character, and now that Volume 1 has come out, I know so many more people are going to want to be jumping on this now to get caught up. So, very excited about the return of Absolute Martian Manhunter. We've got our A cover here. We have a Dustin Nguyen cover. We have a Deladera cover. And a Brandt and Stein cover.
That one's really cool.
Yeah.
I like that. And then we have Absolute Superman number 14. We talked about this one Wednesday of last week, but the FOC date got pushed back 1 week, so here it is now. And this is the conclusion to the Battle of Kansas. It's the final battle against Ra's al Ghul for the fate of Smallville and the soul of Superman. And of course, we have seen artwork. It's been released publicly. We have seen artwork past this issue, so we know that Superman's going to come out.
Okay, good.
Of it. But yeah, you thought he might get killed. Yeah, but still, the Battle of Kansas has been awesome. It's been devastating, and this is going to be the end. And I'm assuming it's going to be a big knockdown, drag out fight. So this is our A cover. There's a Gerald Perel variant. There's an Elizabeth Torque variant, and a Nicholas Draper Ivy variant.
Very cool. Well, next up we have Psylocke Ninja #1, and this is a new book from Tim Seeley and Nico Leon, and this is actually one of your kind of lost tales of the X-Men story. This is set back in a time when Psylocke was reborn into the ultimate killing machine. What sacrifice did Betsy make to save the X-Men? Why did the Hand choose Psylocke to be their weapon? And what does it have to do with their former assassin, Elektra? So I think it's very cool that we're going to see... I don't know if we've ever really seen Psylocke and Elektra.
I'm sure there's been something somewhere, but I don't think it's ever really been a focus of anything.
But they're both kind of like ninja assassins, and that's going to be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, this is set kind of in the early days of Psylocke, like early X-Men times. So I'm always a big fan of those classic era stories. We've got our A cover here. We have an Art Germ variant. We have a Dyke Ruin foil variant. We have a Inyuk Lee versus Elektra variant, this is not the final art, but I like the pencils a lot. Mm-hmm. A Juan Figueri X-Men trading card variant. A Pablo Villalobos cover, and a Scotty Young cover.
And then next up is Captain America #6, and I'm really interested in this one. So this is the start of a brand new story arc that is set in the present day. The first 5 issues took place a couple weeks after Captain America was unfrozen from the ice. So, and he was still trying to get acclimated to this new world that he woke up in. Well, now we are back in present day, brand new story. And I think that this is supposed to start planting some seeds for the upcoming Armageddon event that's coming, I believe, in June, in the aftermath of One World Under Doom, and a violent incursion by Thunderbolt Ross. And I believe we're going to see that in the Will of Doom book that's coming out soon. So Thunderbolt Ross is causing some trouble in Latveria. That and all that brings Latveria to the brink of a civil war. So Captain America deploys back to Latveria because he was there in the first story arc, but now it's modern day. Captain America deploys back into Latveria to protect civilians and investigate rumors of a weapons stockpile. But when Nick Fury's unpredictable new version of S.H.I.E.L.D. joins the mission, it becomes clear that everyone wants a piece of Latveria no matter the cost. And yeah, they're introducing, so they're bringing S.H.I.E.L.D. back. I think maybe it looks a little bit different, but we are getting some new characters, and they might appear in this. You can see them on the cover there with some new S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, basically. And they each seem like they have their own thing, kind of like G.I. Joe, sort of. So all that's happening here, with warring factions tearing the country apart and a squad of unconventional S.H.I.E.L.D. agents pursuing unknown agendas, can Captain America hope to bring peace to Latveria? So between, what happened at the end of One World Under Doom, the Will of Doom book, Thunderbolt Ross, and Red Hulk as well, causing chaos in Latveria, Captain America getting thrown in the mix, and we've seen the cover to #7, where it looks like he's going to actually come into conflict with Red Hulk. We've got a new S.H.I.E.L.D., new S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, all leading to Armageddon in June. It sounds like Marvel's got some pretty neat stuff cooking here, so I'm looking forward to all of this.
Yeah, I think this is really interesting too, because it's been a while since we've had a proper S.H.I.E.L.D. Group. Nick Fury's been off doing his own thing. After they got disbanded, they really were gone for a while, and I think this could be a really cool kind of rebuilding of that classic feel of Captain America, S.H.I.E.L.D., all of that here going into this Armageddon event.
Yeah, so I think this sounds wildly interesting, so we'll definitely be checking all of it out as it comes out and letting you know how this all fits together. So this is our A cover. There is a Chip Zdarsky spoiler variant. I don't really know what's that spoiling. And this story arc, I believe, is called The United, so that's why it says The United Part 1. That's this story arc. There is a Dizala Pazar Return of S.H.I.E.L.D. variant.
It doesn't look like a return very well.
Yeah, not a great return, yeah. There's an Ivanhoe foil variant. There's a Casanova's Salvation first appearance variant.
So that's a new character.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's one of the Shield agents or not, though. That might be a villain. That I'm not 100% sure on. There's a Lionel Francis Yu variant, and so those are your new Shield agents right there. And there's a Todd Knock Iconic variant. So definitely keep your eye on Captain America and Red Hulk and all this stuff because it sounds like it's building something pretty cool.
This is really cool because this is a thing that we've talked about before where with DC and after the All-In, it's like, yes, put like the focus on Superman and you're like, you know, you're kind of pillar characters. It seems like with Captain America and coming up with Iron Man that Marvel's starting to build that like our universe is built on these pillar characters that are really important, and it looks like Captain America is kind of getting that position back.
Yeah. Plus, we're getting a new Daredevil series, which I'm very optimistic about. A new Punisher after this Punisher Red Band, which looks really cool. Iron Man sounds like it's going to be real classic. So it sounds like Marvel may be starting to finally put some real love and care into their main tentpole characters.
Yeah. Well, next up, we have Mirka Andolfo's Sweet Paprika Black, White, and Pink Holiday Special One-Shot. We talked about this a few weeks ago, but it did get moved, but it is back. And yes, if you're a fan of Sweet Paprika from Mirka Andolfo, you don't want to miss out on this one-shot because it's going to be just as fun and crazy as the previous ones. This is written by Mirka Andolfo. Some of the art is by Mirka Andolfo, and there is some others on board as well. It's the time of year where snow is falling and emotions are running wild at the Infernum Press as stress, flirtation, and festive disasters collide. A brand new holiday special packed with spicy, snowy chaos. So I know we have a lot of Sweet Paprika fans, and we only get a little bit every so often, but this is going to be a fun another addition to that. And a bunch of great covers. So we've got our A cover by Mirka Andolfo. We have all my names of artists got
they got cut off.
This one is
I can see the signature, but I don't recognize it.
I forgot their name. They've been doing a lot of covers, I think, for Marvel stuff. We got another cover. We've got another cover. We've got a Mirka Andolfo polybag variant because contents may be hot, and a blank sketch cover. You can find all those on the website. I just couldn't name all the artists off the top of my head.
Oh, sorry, this is mine. This is Harley Quinn number 57, which is also Legacy number 200. So it's kind of a big deal here. And this, so obviously the Harley Quinn solicitations are always written in her own voice, right? So it says that this is a story about what makes me, me. So I guess it's going to, be like a classic Harley Quinn story. Oh, I should mention too, this is written by Elliot Callan, and then art is by Terry and Rachel Dodson and Carlos Olivares. So we got some nice creators coming back.
Yeah, classic team from, early mid 2000s Harley Quinn stuff.
Yeah. So it's and I don't know, there might be a couple different stories in here from what it sounded like. So according to Harley, there's a story about what makes me, me, and then the epic final battle between wrong and wrong as Harley faces down the deconspirator in a fight for the future of Throat Cutter Hill. So yeah, big anniversary issue coming for Harley Quinn. So this is our A cover. There's a David Nakayama cover, classic Harley right there. An In-Hyuk Lee variant, a Jessica Luna variant, and a Terry Dodson and Rachel Dodson variant.
Great homage to Harley Quinn number 1, which was by Terry and Rachel Dodson, but this time she's in her new costume. So I love that. I love that original Harley Quinn series, and to see Terry and Rachel Dodson back doing a Harley Quinn thing is really cool. Well, next up, we have a couple of really cool Mignolaverse books. This is Carmen Redclaw, Belly of the Beast number 1. This is a brand new character for the Hellboy universe, but also it's a new character, so you can jump in. This is by Ray Allen and Mike Mignola. A supernatural gun for hire and shape-shifting descendant of the notorious El Bogavante, Carmen Redcrow faces a new type of monster when investigating supposedly cursed ranch land. Something is killing the cattle in the area, but Carmen has to find out if it's really a beast to blame or if the humans are the real monsters here. This is going to be a 4-issue miniseries, a paranormal western adventure. One of my favorite genre collaborations, just like Six Gun, Supernatural and Western, always really cool.
I think this is cool. I didn't know this was a sequel to Something's Killing the Children. You said Something's Killing the Cattle?
Well, yeah, Something's Killing the Cattle. It's
that's the next.
People aren't quite as freaked out about that, but they still don't like that being done.
Might as well eat him, I guess, if somebody's going to kill him.
This is set in 1870s New Mexico territory, and I think it sounds really cool and a great new character addition to this world. So we've got our A cover here by Ray Allen. That is your interior artist, and of course a Mike Mignola cover.
Yeah, that was great.
And another thing I wanted to mention is we have Tupka and the Gods. This is actually the second hardcover volume from Lands Unknown, which is Mike Mignola's new, he writes it and draws it. Kind of his own folklore that he made up for his own world. The first one was Bowling for Corpses.
Yeah, okay. Is this Hellboy related? Or at least in the same...
this is a all-new universe created by Mike Mignola with new characters, new stories. It's kind of like a world that is of folklore, but this folklore isn't one that existed before. It's like parables and stories that Mike Mignola has made up for this world. It's really, really cool. So this is set in the same universe as Bowling for Corpses, the original graphic novel, and it just combines fantastic folkloric and frightening stories. So if you checked out the first one, definitely check this out. It is so cool, creator owned. If you like Hellboy, this is not the same universe, but with all the same feels of that.
Same aesthetics and everything, yeah.
And this is a hardcover for $24.99, just like the previous one. And next up, we have Big Event Check-In.
Starting with DCKO Red Hood versus Joker. So this is the another one of the one-shots that is kind of its own book. It's not part of the mainline books. This is from Scott Snyder and Joshua Williamson. The art is from Dustin Nguyen and Giuseppe Camuncoli. And this is round 8 of 8. So this is the last of the All Fight Month books. And there's not really any information in the solicitation.
Yeah, all of the solicitations are like round something. Yeah. You won't believe what happens.
But it's like, what do you need, right? You have Red Hood versus the Joker. Now, we do know a little something that happens in this. They told us on one of the calls we were on that's going to be really cool. We're not going to tell you what it is, but it's something that I'm very excited to see.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Red Hood, Jason Todd going up against the man who beat him to death with a crowbar.
I think this may be one of the most anticipated ones.
Yeah.
Because,
it's probably why it's the last one.
It's a showdown, 30 years in the making or more. So I'm really excited about this one.
Don't miss this one. This is our A cover. There's a Dustin Nguyen cover. There is a Lee Bermejo cover. There is a Gillum March cover and a Taryn Clark cover. That's
what we're waiting for, right? Is for Jason Todd to... But maybe, is it going to go down the same way? I don't know. We'll have to read to find out. Continuing with the DCKO coverage, we have Superman number 33. This is going to be round 7 of that. So this is going to come before the one we just talked about. And this is by Joshua Williamson, of course, and Hayden Sherman. And I'm very excited about this one. It's funny because it's says Superman 33 tiny in the corner, but it's Lex Luthor versus the Demon.
Yeah.
So we've got Hayden Sherman on art, which is awesome. If you're a fan of his work from Absolute Wonder Woman, this is going to be really cool. And this is just a showdown that I don't know. It's kind of like mythological, religious-based character versus very tech practical, almost like the Cyborg versus Swamp Thing. These matchups have been really, really cool. And if you look ahead, you can figure out who wins, but it's more about the actual showdown that I want to see.
Yeah.
So this is going to be, like I said, round 7. And we've mentioned before that the rounds don't really matter what order you read them in, except in the backup stories that have been following Booster Gold. Those do go in an order, so try to read these in the order that they say. We've got our A cover here by your interior artist. We have a Tula Lotte cover, a Sebastian Fumara cover, a David Aja cover, and a Fornes cover.
It seems like that should be like an acetate cover.
Yeah, peel it back and see all the Legion, the Dark Legion.
And then we have Justice League Unlimited number 14. And in this one, the time-displaced heroes fight for their lives against the towering might of the demonic Neuron. And we saw that get set up in the previous issue. And Mr. Terrific descends into the cold vacuum of space. So complete opposite ends of the spectrum, basically. But this time it's by his own design. Can Michael Holt team with the rogue agent, behind Justice League Red, to purge all emotion and coldly calculate the fate of humanity? So it sounds like there's going to be some connective tissue between this book and the Justice League Red book, which has been pretty interesting as well. And it makes sense, right? In that Justice League Red book, they keep saying, we need to tell the Justice League. And they're like, no, you can't do that. Well, it sounds like they're going to find out.
And part 2 of this comes out next week, and we'll be going over it on Monday.
That's right.
So I'm really interested to see a little bit more of this new team.
Yeah. Shoot, together. I forgot. Yeah, you're right. It was number 12 that we read, and then 13 is next week. Okay, cool. Because I am looking forward to reading this. I thought I was going to have to wait till December. So this is our A cover. There's a Sanford Green cover. There is a Jeff Spokes cover and a Kevin Wada cover. With Booster Gold. What's Booster Gold? Why's he got that Omega symbol behind him? I don't know. Weird.
No reason, I'm sure. Yep. Well, we've got another All Fight Month book. This is going to be round 6, Flash number 28. I'm really excited about this one. So, of course, you've got Jay Garrick versus Guy Gardner. And this is going to be a lot of fun. I know they talked about earlier, like, don't count out Jay Garrick. Like, he is one of the most experienced Flashes. And you haven't seen him go all out. So this is going to be really fun. Mark Waid, Christopher Cantwell tackling this. So...
Don't count him out unless you saw the variant cover to DCKO number 3, which shows us the final 8. I don't remember actually which one wins, but you could go look at that and find out.
Yeah, but,
don't do that. Don't do that.
Be on board for the ride.
Yeah.
So we've got our A cover here. We have an Eric Canetti variant, a Serge Acuna variant, an Ethan Young variant, and a Lucas Meyer variant. And on a whole different note of big events,
Void Rivals number 25. So this is big because this is part 1 of the Quintesson War, which they've been sort of building to for a while now. No one could prepare for an all-out assault from the Quintessons. Derek and Salilla must lead their people into the deadliest war they've ever faced, and when the dust is settled, the status quo of Void Rivals will be forever changed. And that's a line that gets used a lot, but this is a Robert Kirkman book, and if any book is
he's not afraid to change things.
If any book is actually going to adhere to that line, that tagline, it'll be a Robert Kirkman book. So this is our A cover. There's an Andre Brisson and Adriano Lucas variant.
That's just your interior artist on this one.
Yep, there's a Ben Oliver cover and a Lorenzo Di Felici foil variant. Well, that's the A cover, but just foil.
But there's also...
Oh, yep, hold on. They go to the next page. That's a Andrea Milana foil Derek mask variant. There is a foil Salilla mask variant and an Eric Canetti foil die cut variant.
So you see it there, and then...
Oh, that's the inside, yeah. So you open it up and see
the Sharpnicons,
yeah.
I'm really excited about this because back, like, way when we were on an early... Energon Universe call with Robert Kirkman, he said, like, keep an eye out on issue 25s of all these books because those are going to be big. And like you said, like, Robert Kirkman is not afraid to do big stuff. So who knows what could happen here. We saw the solicitations for some of G.I. Joe coming up, or Duke is meeting Optimus Prime. Like, big stuff's happening.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on any of this.
Robert Kirkman, he'll kill every character and not even flinch.
Yeah. Well, next up we have more Essential Comics, and I'm going to start off with Wolverine issue 14. This is kind of a soft relaunch, almost. It's the same creative team, but it's a new jumping on point and is setting up a new era of Wolverine.
Yeah, and I just want to be careful with that that description, because this does come after Age of Revelation event is over. It's not a reboot. It's not a new number 1. It is a continuation of the Wolverine series that has been running for the last several months. But yeah, you can jump on here, but it's not new. It's not a reboot. It's not anything like that.
No, it's just we had part 1 that was dealing with Wendigo, the adamantine and all of that. Then we had the Age of Revelation stuff. And so it's if you are like, oh, I want to read Wolverine now, this is going to be a great place to jump into Wolverine. But it is still the same creative team on it. And enter Silver Sable, which
yes, please,
can't wait for that.
I love Silver Sable.
So the flagship series returns as Wolverine crosses paths with Silver Sable in a mission to save a cadre of Morlocks, which I love Morlocks. I mean, going back to even the animated series, like really had that big Morlock arc and everything. I don't see them enough. But are they on the same side? And who's got Logan in their sights? An all-new era starts here. So, like I said, not a number 1. This is issue 14, but a great jumping on point if you were really jonesing for some Wolverine. Plus, you got these great Dan Panosian. He's going to be doing the covers for the A covers for Wolverine for as far ahead as we've seen so far, and they are all great. So that is your A cover. We have a Clayton Crane cover, which is one of the...
yeah, there's a bunch of these coming too. I don't know how many are on this show, but we're going to see these covers specifically for the next few weeks because he's done a whole bunch of these.
There is a David Parator cover. There is a Jonas Scharf X-Men trading card cover. And a Marvel Cosmic Invasion cover.
And there's a bunch of these coming too. Again, not sure how many on this show, but we're going to see a bunch of these over the next few weeks.
Dropped yet? It's
early December.
It's an iOS game, isn't it?
No, you can. No, it's Xbox, and I got the demo through Steam on PC, and it's really fun.
Man, I don't know anything anymore.
It's. I can't wait for the whole thing. I'm gonna get it and play the heck out of it.
Oh, I want to see what that looks like. Playing the heck out of it.
Now we have Marvel Rivals, The Cities of Heaven, and this is another Marvel Rivals one-shot. This is from Paul Allure, and the art is by Michael Shelfer and Eric Gapster. And in this one, Luna Snow is ready to bring the house down with a legendary concert at the mystical... the mystical Chi Hive Tavern in Kunlun, if she can ever find it, but she gets lost in the magical city, and she lands smack in the middle of a battle between Lin Lai and Angela, who are trying to awaken the immortal dragon using the Book of the Iron Fist, but standing in their way are Magic and Hulk, who are desperate to stop them at all costs. So, Marvel Rivals fans, here is your next, I guess, installment of the comic book. I want to see Daredevil in it. I don't know if he's in it, but I want to see him.
He's in the game, and he's a lot of fun. They just introduced Gambit, which he's awesome in the game. So, I mean, Marvel Rivals still going very strong.
Yeah.
And I like this crazy, weird world they've built up around it.
And I like that there's, kind of a companion comic. It's not a series, it's just a bunch of one-shots, but I like that there's comics that go along with it, because, sometimes you want a little bit more story, maybe,
more
from the game.
Yeah. To, like, why are they doing this?
Right. So this is our A cover. There's an Adam Warren cover and a Marco Ferreira cover with Doom.
Yeah. Nice. Next up, we have Harley and Ivy, Life of Crimes, number 2 of 6. It feels like it's been a while since the number 1 came out. It was, 2 or 3 weeks ago?
It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah. But we both read it, both really liked it.
I cannot believe how much I loved number 1. I did not expect to, but I truly, truly loved the first issue.
So this one, we're seeing their relationship flourish. Even more is all of Gotham is after the terrible, terrific duo of Harley and Ivy. And I love this. This was in the solicitation, and I had to copy it down because it says, if you love Joker and Harley, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. This ain't for you. There's like a decade of that stuff out there for you to read in plenty of cartoons and games. I just love that for people who are like, what about Joker? It's like, you got stuff.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
This is the newness. But yeah, the first issue, and I'm looking forward to seeing the characters, because I think this is going to be kind of over the course of like their lives as well. So we saw the beginning that looked very like Batman the Animated Series, and I think we're going to see them kind of morph through their different versions as we go along. But issue 1, number 1 was great. I believe we still have some in stock on the website, so check it out if you haven't. We've got our A cover here by Erica Henderson, your writer and artist. We have a Lyrics Lee cover.
That's cool. We
have a Asrar cover. We have an Edgeker cover. And there's a foil version of the Mahmoud Asrar cover.
Nice. Next up is Batman Static Beyond number 2. And again, this is going to be a 6-issue miniseries. And in this one, a new villain enters the Beyond universe. All eyes are on Dakota City as Static unveils the Q-Wave clean energy grid that's set to take the world by storm. But little does he know, the mysterious Shutdown, and I believe that's the villain, is Shutdown, has his sights on Dakota as well. And it says you won't want to miss this debut of of the Beyond Universe's newest villain and his surprising connection to Batman. And we do know, and it might be on one of these too, we do know that at some point in the series, Batman and Static are going to get, like, I think they're called, like, shutdown suits.
Oh.
And I guess they're like special suits they need to wear in order to handle shutdown or whatever it is that he can do. But the Batman one's cool because he has a cape.
Oh, nice.
Which is, Batman Beyond doesn't have a cape, but his suit does. So, so let's see. This is our A cover. There's a Dustin Nguyen cover, and there's a Raza cover. So I guess we haven't seen them yet, but they're on some cover somewhere. Maybe like in number 3 or something. They get like special suits.
Well, next up, we have a new one in the Dan Panosian Alice series. This is Alice Forever After number 1. So this is, I think, supposed to be the last part. There was like Alice Never After, Alice Ever After, now Alice Forever After. So it's by Dan Panosian and Giorgio Spalletta. And it's been years since Alice returned to the real world, now living peacefully with her endlessly curious young daughter, Evelyn. Wonderland may now be a distant memory, but beyond the looking glass, things are far from the way they once were as the realm cracks, crumbles into decay. A resentful Cheshire Cat seeks out the one thing that can fix what's broken, but this time it isn't Alice he set his sights on. With time running out, Alice will have to confront her past adventures before they claim her beloved daughter. So, if you read the previous ones, definitely check this one out. But this one almost feels like you could read it if you've only ever read Alice in Wonderland or familiar with the story, because it almost feels like some kind of sequel to that. But we've got our A cover here. And there is a Spalletta variant as well, which is your interior artist.
And then next we have Gray Lady. This is a one-shot from Image Comics written by Adam Glass and Mike Benson, and the art is by Ken Lashley, whose work I love. After a year after a tragic accident on a snowy road, Samantha Ellis is still haunted by the loss of her son, Ben. Grief has unraveled her life, but when a mysterious psychic warns her that Ben is in danger, Sam's desperation transforms into fierce determination. And it's described as a chilling blend of The Sixth Sense and Ghost. It's a supernatural thriller that explores the unbreakable bond between a mother and her child, where hope, grief, and terror collide. So a little bit of a supernatural, beyond life kind of thing here. And this is our only cover.
Yeah. I also like the font looks like Amazing Spider-Man.
Kind of.
It's got that point to it. Well, next up, we've got a special Red Sonja New Year's Special 2025. I guess Hyboria runs on the same calendar we do.
Yeah.
So this is by, once again, Dan Panosian, and the art's by Valeria Berzo. This is going to be a 40-page one-shot. And when Sonja is summoned to a mountain village under the ominous glow of the red moon, she finds herself caught in a web of deception, sacrifice, and monstrous foes. Facing betrayal together with impossible odds, the she-devil must rely on her cunning and ferocity to turn predator against predator in a brutal fight for survival. I don't know what that has to do with it being a New Year thing. It kind of just sounds like a Red Sonja one-shot.
That's just how they celebrate.
Maybe at the end they just have like poppers and the whole time she's wearing like 2026 glasses or something. I don't know, but I love just Red Sonja one-shots. Those I feel like are some of the best stuff. Just little singular adventures. So some great stuff here. We've got our A cover here, and there's a Shannon Meyer cover. And of course, this is a Dynamite book. Check our website because there's a ton more covers.
And next we have Fire and Ice Nekron, and this is a one-shot from Sarah Frazetta and Jeff Isherwood. After her royal spouse was burned alive before her eyes, Queen Juliana turned her back on the gods of balance and pledged her life to the wolf god Olger. In secret, she bled for him. In silence, she absorbed his teachings. And then, in darkness, she gave birth to 2 sons, one conceived in love, the other from black magic, setting in motion the tragic events that spelled doom for the realms of ice and fire. So kind of a prequel, I guess, a little bit. Kind of giving us a little bit of an origin as to some of the other characters from Fire and Ice. So if you're a fan of that, definitely don't miss this one.
I also think it's cool. It's by Sarah Frazetta. Yeah. That's Frank Frazetta's granddaughter.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, that's awesome.
So this is basically like from the source.
Yeah.
This is our A cover from Dan Panosian, and there's a Jay Lee cover.
Well, next up, we have I Saw Santa Spawn Universe Christmas Story number 2. Number 1 actually comes out next week, so we'll be talking about that on the Monday show. But this is only a 2-issue miniseries. Santa is still tormented by the scenes set for him by a deranged serial killer. He knows there's only one course of action: showdown between Father Christmas and a psycho so twisted it would make the devil weep. So I think the first one did mention something about Spawn and Sam and Twitch, but I don't know what role they're going to play in here. You can kind of see them in the background there, but it mostly sounds like Santa versus a serial killer.
Yeah, and it's like they've been cut up, like there's an arm.
Yeah. So who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll know more on our Monday show when we talk about it. So we've got our A cover here by Brett Booth. We have a Jonathan Weishak variant, very creepy, and a Daniel Henriks cover as well.
All right, so this is the Image Comics 2025 Stocking Stuffer Blind Bag, okay? So this is not a new series or new story, so these are going to be $20. And each festive blind bag will include one rare ratio variant guaranteed to be at least a 1 in 25 incentive variant, but could even be a 1 in 100 incentive ratio variant plucked from the archives at random to delight collectors this season. But you don't know what cover you're going to get, and you don't know what book you're going to get. Some of the series whose incentive ratios may appear as a 2025 Image Comics Holiday Blind Bag include, and you have there's a whole list of books here.
Yeah.
Things like maybe you might get something from Assorted Crisis Events, or Bug Wars, or Escape, or Department of Truth, or Invincible Universe Battle Beast, or Lost Fantasy, or Power Fantasy, Rogue Sun, Viking Moon, World Tree, Witchblade. Like I'm serious. There's a whole list.
Yeah,
a whole list of books right there. It could be any of them. So you don't know what book you're going to get. You don't know what cover you're going to get. But again, you are guaranteed at least a 1 in 25 incentive variant for one of those books, and it could go all the way up to a 1 in 100.
So this could be a fun just gift for yourself.
Yeah.
Or gift for somebody that even you don't know what it is.
Yeah, and I don't really love the blind bag trend that's going on right now, but this is kind of fun because, like it says, it's a stocking stuffer. If you want to get something, for the comic fan in your life, and maybe you don't know what to get them, just get them this, and they'll get a cool cover. All these books are really good. We've read most of these, so just it's a good gift idea for a comic fan. And this is the only thing there is.
This is the only cover, but any cover.
Any cover, yeah.
Well, next up we have Invincible Universe Capes number 2. Number 1 came out this week. Of course, this is the remastering of Capes, which came out back in
2003?
2003, yeah. But I mean, the difference between this and the original version is pretty significant, with new art, new dialogue, all of that. And when this first, I think 5 or 6 issues ends, then it is going to go on into some brand new stories, which I'm very excited about.
Yeah, number 7 is the start.
Yeah.
There's a whole thing in the back of the first issue that explains what this is and why they're doing it and how it's going to work, that kind of thing.
Which also, I'm going to be interested when it hits 7, is it going to jump to modern day, like post-Invincible? Or is this going to run alongside original Invincible?
I feel like this will run alongside original Invincible in the same way that Battle Beast is. Even though the Battle Beast is pretty disconnected, it's still happening while Invincible's happening. And I feel like this will be the same way.
Because I do believe some of these characters die later in Invincible.
Spoilers, bro. I haven't read all Invincible yet.
This is awesome. We got this brand new Ryan Otley cover. And in this one, it says the city's most dangerous supervillains have escaped prison. And this time it's personal for Bolt. So hopefully you picked out the first one. I love the Invincible universe and all the characters. So I am so on board for all of this. We've got our A cover here, like I said, by Ryan Otley. And we have a Mark Engelert variant, which is your interior artist.
Who's that guy down there?
I'm not sure who that is. I know that's Knockout up there, and she's really cool. She has a great, I forgot what issue it is, but I believe it's within Capes. Maybe it's in Invincible or the Invincible Universe book, but she has a really compelling story later on. All these characters, like all of Invincible characters, really get fleshed out over time. And next up, we got continuing stories, because there's some still stuff coming out. Starting
with Nova Centurion number 3. Number 1 came out this week, and it's really cool. And in this one, an old grudge from the Annihilation War comes due as Nova and Ravenous throw down with credits and life and death in the balance. But all is not as it seems, though, and crew member Cammy will make a discovery that changes everything. So, like I said on Monday, Nova, the first issue of Nova has ties going all the way back to the original Annihilation War, and Cammy, the girl from the beginning of it, who met Drax at the very beginning, and that might even be her on the left there, I believe.
But she was the one who was there when Drax broke out of his.
That's right. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
She showed up in Nova Centurion number 1. He's like, Cammy, what are you doing here? So yeah, she's part of this series, which is pretty cool. Annihilation fans, Nova fans, don't miss this series. This is our A cover. There's a Clayton Crane variant, so another one of those trading card variants, and then there's a Marvel Cosmic Invasion variant.
Well, next up we have Amazing Spider-Man number 19, and this is Spidey versus Hellgate round 2. So it looks like our spacefaring Spider-Man is finally coming back to Earth, only to find Hellgate standing in his way. But has Spider-Man trained enough? Is he Dragon Ball Z powered up enough that he can finally face Hellgate again? I am really interested to see what that looks like. What does this new better Spider-Man? Is it his combat skills? Is it his strength? Is it
I don't know.
Techniques? What is it that has to be improved upon to take on Hellgate? So I'm interested in this for sure. Of course, Pepe Larraz on art for this one, so it's going to be incredible. We've got our A cover here. We have an awesome Libramejo cover with Punisher. It feels like, a lot of these are kind of homaging original Spider-Man storylines, and this kind of feels like
the reflection in the puddle. That's great.
Yeah. And then we also have a Romero cover as well.
And then we have Final Boss number 2. Number 1 came out this week, and I thought it was really cool. Unfortunately, there is zero information in the solicitation about what this issue is about specifically, but I'm looking forward to it because the first issue was mostly a setup, as a lot of number 1s are, but there were some things that happened near the end of it, some truths that came to light, some things that happened with Tommy Brazen here that I think are going to be really cool in the next issue. So if you got the first one and liked it, don't miss number 2 here. This is our A cover. There's a Kevin Keane cover and a Chad Harden cover.
Well, next up we have Skinbreaker number 4. Number 3 comes out next week, so we'll be talking about that on Monday. But I mean, this book is full of surprises, and this one, it says the Elder faces a new challenger and an ending no reader will see coming. So I honestly don't know what could happen. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe we see a few generations covered in this.
Yeah,
if it's one takes over the other for this tribe of characters.
And again, this is a Robert Kirkman book, and he'll just kill everybody if he wants to.
You get to the last book, you just turn the page, you're like, there's nobody here.
They're dead. Yep.
So we've got our A cover here and a David Finch portrait variant.
This is one of my favorite books of the year, Gunpowder Prophets. This is number 3. It's only going to be a 5-issue series. I wish this series would last forever. And this one, so the last issue, Huck and Marley were being chased by the biker gang known as Heaven's Devils. I have to always think about what's the opposite of Hell's Angels. Yeah, Heaven's Devils. So they were being pursued by this biker gang, and the entire issue was a big chase scene of them shooting at each other and all kinds of stuff. But at the end of the issue, they ran into there was a blockade set up, a police blockade set up in the road, which is a problem, but not as big of a problem as the bikers coming back from the dead, because they killed some of those bikers last issue. And now those bikers are going to come back from the dead, and boy, are they mad. So, the first issue had some supernatural elements. The second issue, not so much. It was more straightforward action, but it looks like we're going to get some more supernatural zombie-type stuff in here. I love this series. The artwork, the aesthetic, the time period, everything about this is awesome. And this is the only cover.
Well, next up we have Hellboy and the BPRD. The Ghost Ships of Labrador #2. This is only a 2-issue miniseries. I love the first issue. Just awesome classic Hellboy walking into a bar full of ghosts and telling them to get out. But Hellboy will go to any lengths to save a missing agent, even if it means diving into the belly of a spectral beast. And it looks like right there he is going into a ghost whale. So I'll always talk about Hellboy stuff. One of my favorite characters in all of comics. And you can check out issue #2, final issue of this series. We got our A cover by Lawrence Campbell. That's your interior artist. And there's a Danielle Sarah cover as well. It's very cool.
And this is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Godzilla #2. And in this one, King Ghidorah has come to New York City. That was the big reveal at the end of the first issue. And it's going to be up to the Ninja Turtles, led by Master Splinter, to stop the three-headed kaiju. And meanwhile, only Mechagodzilla defends Tokyo against Godzilla, Rodan, and Anguirus. The Turtles are going to have to act fast and hurry and defeat King Ghidorah if they're going to then get to Japan and try to defend Japan against all the other kaiju. And with all of his enemies occupied, Shredder moves undetected towards unlimited kaiju power. Sounds like he needs to talk to the G-Force in Godzilla because they have kaiju power. So this is our A cover. There is a Ba. Is that Juniba?
I believe so.
Yeah, Juniba down there.
Yep.
And then a Santa Luco variant.
Well, staying on the Ninja Turtles wagon, we have Ninja Turtles Battle Nexus #2. I guess #1, it's not this coming week, but it's coming up pretty soon.
We've already talked about #1 on this show, but yeah, you're right. It's not next week. It might be the week after. It's close.
I'm excited about this because I've read over the years so many different iterations of the Ninja Turtles. To see them all in one is going to be really cool. So, stranded in the Battle Nexus dimension by a twisted villain bent on annihilating every Ninja Turtle in the multiverse, the TMNT are forced to fight some of the greatest warriors of all time in the first official bout, which sounds very DCKO.
Right, yeah.
First official bout, Ninja Turtle leader Leonardo is matched up with the TMNT's greatest enemy, the Shredder. But our Leo is surprised to discover he is not the Oroku Sakai he knows so well, but someone entirely different, someone much more deadly, someone who hates him with a fire he's never felt before. Prepare yourself for the return of the most iconic and fearsome villain in Turtles history, Eastman and Laird's original Shredder.
Yeah, he's black and white, like the old school, like the OG Shredder.
Which they defeated by knocking off a building and he fell in a dumpster or a dump truck. So he's not going to be happy about that. Yeah. But yeah, I think this is really cool. I guess this isn't related to like the main Ninja Turtle series going on. I think this is kind of its own universe with
its own continuity.
Its own continuity, or all continuities, I guess. True. But it sounds really cool, and I can't wait to see the animated Turtles show up against, the IDW Turtles versus the Mirage Turtles. It's going to be great. So we've got our A cover here by Bishop, which I believe that's your interior artist, Ben Bishop. We have an Ortiz cover, which that's sick. I want a Ninja Turtles book that looks like that like manga style. And there is a Joyce and Schoening cover.
Well, so we've got like the original movie Turtles on the left, and then the new movie Turtles on the animated movie Turtle. I don't Manhattan. What was it called? Mutants in Manhattan, or is that's the video game?
Mayhem.
I think Mutant Mayhem. Yeah. So yeah, the original and the newest ones.
It's funny, like how ugly those original Turtles still look. I love them. But those are some ugly turtles.
I don't think so. I think the original 1990 movie, I think it still looks great. I think it's still the best.
They should have really creepy teeth in mouths and stuff. But yeah, this is going to be great. All-out battles. This is the year of all-out battles. So next up, we have cover gallery. Some really cool covers to show you.
Starting with Venom #253, and this is another one of the Clayton Crane variants. We also have the Marvel Cosmic Invasion variant and a Nogi-san variant.
Which Venom's been really fun right now, and I mean you've got Madame Mask here, but she's going to be playing a big role in Iron Man coming up. We also have Spider-Man Noir #4. This is the Eric Larson cover.
This is Creepshow Volume 4, #4, the Villa Lobos cover.
I always think these are fun.
Yeah.
What he's always up to. We also have Detective Comics 1104. This is the Greg Smallwood cover.
I love these covers.
I think we're getting, is it the first one of these next week? The Batman in the Sewer with Croc. Is that the first?
I think they're all 2 of them have already come, or at least one of, because I have whichever the first one is. I don't remember if 1 or 2 of them are already out, but it's been at least one of them already.
Yeah, well, the one coming out next week is the cool Sewer with Croc one.
Yeah. This is Green Lantern number 30. This is the Terry Dodson and Rachel Dodson variant, and then the Ariel Colan variant as well.
A lot of Batman teamed up with Green Lantern. We also have Radiant Black number 39. This is the Daniel Bayliss Youngblood team-up cover.
And then this is great. This is No Man's Land number 4. This is the final issue of this miniseries. This is a nice Kudransky PlayStation variant.
Yeah, I am such a sucker for the covers that look like old video game boxes. And this is like a menu, like load story, find the kill, original mode, options. And next up, how cool is this? This is the Spawn 371 Danny Ingracia cover. And it's a Christmas cover. Look how festive that cover is. This looks like really cool video game concept art.
Well, I was going to say, this looks like a movie concept art or something.
If the Spawn movie, if it ever gets made,
it won't.
Looks like this, I am very excited.
Yeah. This is Godzilla number 6. This is the IDW Godzilla series, the Death of Superman homage variant.
Very cool. We also have Tama issue number 5. This is the Agnes Garboska Labubu homage cover, which is, they went from Neopets and all that to Labubu.
And then we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder number 4, the Bandini variant.
Yeah, number 3 of this comes out next week. And we also got some Street Sharks. Street Sharks number 4. This is the Federici cover. And we also have a Beals cover. You can eat a lot of burgers.
Mm-hmm. So can I. Especially now, I'm starving.
But then he'll eat you.
Oh, that's true, yeah. So by association, he'll then eat the burgers.
Yes, exactly. Next up, we got Bookshelf. There's a lot of great collected editions on this one.
Starting with Absolute Superman hardcover and trade paperback volume 2. They're both coming out on the same day. The hardcover is going to be $29.99. The paperback is going to be $19.99. It doesn't say which issues are included, but probably everything leading up to the Battle of Kansas, which was, number 13 or 12 or something. So just the next story arc for Absolute Superman, and I'm definitely getting this.
We also have a very interesting omnibus. This is Earth 2, the New 52 omnibus. This was, having lived through the New 52, Earth 2 was such a radical different thing in this version. The characters you see on the cover, don't get too comfortable with them. They may not be around for long. So this is by James Robinson and Tom Taylor. This is maybe one of the earliest Tom Taylor things I've read, along with Injustice. Art is by Nicholas Scott, Jay Lee, and Yiljoy Sinar. And this is such a crazy book because it starts to introduce the New 52 versions of Jay Garrick, Alan Scott, the Justice Society, but in hindsight, this is almost just a really cool Elseworlds style story where you get a very different versions of those characters.
Yeah, I went back and reread the first dozen or so issues of this a couple of years ago. And it holds up pretty well. Yeah. It's Jay Garrick and Alan Scott and all those guys, but they're modernized and they're young. Yeah. They're younger. Like you said, this is the New 52 version of Earth 2 because it's not on the main Earth in New 52. The only bad thing about this omnibus is it doesn't include the Earth 2 Society.
Which this does say Volume 1.
But I didn't think there was enough left for a number. I thought Earth 2 Society was all that was left afterwards.
You also had the Earth 2, the weekly series they did. So possibly you could have that with Society. Okay, yeah. Because when you get in that, you've got Jorge Jimenez
that was
art.
That was his the first time I saw his work.
Yeah, and that's when you get some crazy cool designs. That's is it Tim Drake is Batman in that? Or is Dick Grayson? But he's got little fangs.
Well, Dick Grayson becomes Batman, but the costume is all completely different. It's not that one. Earth 2 gets crazy when it comes time to Earth 2 Society because they have to evacuate Earth 2 because it's getting destroyed and they go to some other planet and it's kind of like DCKO where they have to evacuate everybody. Yeah. It gets weird.
This goes from oh, we're gonna do like our new version of Justice Society to like do whatever you want, and it gets wild. You had Lois Lane became Red Tornado.
Yeah, Valzad.
Yeah,
man, it gets.
It's a really cool. Yeah. All that to say, I really recommend this. You can get this for $125, and it does collect Batman, Superman 1 through 4, Earth 2. 0 through 26, Earth 2 Annual 1 and 2, and a story from DC Universe Presents number 0.
This is, sorry, I messed up my note here. This is DC Finest Green Arrow, The Trial of Oliver Queen. So this is going to be $39.99 and collects Green Arrow number 9 through 20. So this is like right after Longbow Hunters. This is in that area, like 80s. Mike Grell era Green Arrow. But it also collects the never before collected Black Canary tales from Action Comics Weekly number 609 through 616 and 624 through 635. So that's intriguing to me. I have the two Mike Grell Green Arrow omnibuses, and I want to look and see if they're in there, even though it says never before collected. But those things are huge, so I want to see if maybe they are in there, and if not, I might have to get this anyway for those.
That's what's so cool about these DC Finest. Like, so many of these are collecting never before collected stuff, and we'll be seeing a lot more in the coming months as they collect some classical Western stuff that's never been collected. These kind of like bonus stories, like that one that's in like action and all of that. So these are great, like just things to invest in.
Oh, for sure.
Just because who knows when those will be collected again.
Yeah, and I love the spines have like the date range on them. So yeah, these are great.
Well, next up, one of our favorite series recently, Krypto, the Last Dog of Krypton, was a fantastic miniseries written by Ryan North and art by Mike Norton. This was a 5-issue miniseries that was heartbreaking, heartwarming, ran the gamut, and what a great series. But pretty brutal in just Krypto's life before finally running into Superman again. So
there wasn't a hardcover of this before, right? This is the first time it's being
Yeah. I'm gonna that you missed it.
Well, I was worried that I missed the hardcover. So no, I'm for sure getting it. I love this.
Yeah, series. I'll be recommending this to people for years to come, and you can get it for $17.99.
This is Peacemaker Tries Hard, the trade paperback. It's going to be $17.99 and collects the entire Black Label series. If you're a fan of the TV show, you will love this because this fits in with the TV show. Peacemaker in the mainline DC universe doesn't quite fit so much. He's not as goofy. He doesn't have Eagly. There's none of that kind of stuff. But this feels like a continuation of the 2-season TV show. It's funny. The artwork's cool. Like everything about this is really
it's pretty
cool.
Like adult over the top action and brutality and everything. Yeah, especially because we'll probably not get a season 3 of Peacemaker. He's going to show up somewhere else. Get you a little bit more of that classic Peacemaker feel from the show with this. We also have, which I'm very excited about, Ghost Pepper trade paperback volume 1. I've been getting every issue of this, but I've enjoyed it so much and I would love to read it all together. Because they read pretty fast as well. Of course, this is the...
Well, except for the issue from this week. That one took a while.
Okay. I still have not read that one yet. This is, of course, by Ludo Lullaby. And we've got 2 versions of this. So this collects issues 1 through 5. And this is the direct market Joe Madureira cover, which I believe this was a pretty high incentive cover for issue number 1. And then there is the Ludo Lullaby, the regular cover for that. And both of these are only $16.99. Highly recommended. Such a fun series.
And then we have the Helen of Wyndhorn Deluxe Edition. This is going to be $59.99 and collects issues 1 through 6 of this series. I didn't read the series, but you read some of it and liked it.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. Especially Bilquis Evely's art on this. I don't remember if this is a slipcase or something, but this is a really nice edition.
I feel like for $60, it's not a slipcase, but don't quote me on that. I might be wrong.
I thought I saw a picture of it or whatever. But
on the flip side, it's only 6 issues, so maybe if you're thinking $10 an issue, but it's hardcover. Maybe there is a slipcase, but it looks gorgeous.
Yeah, go on. The website might have more details about it, but a really really cool book. And we also have some new printings, quite a few of these as well. Going to start off with Batman the Killing Joke. #1 is getting a facsimile edition. So another printing to confuse you when you're trying to figure out what printing of Batman the Killing Joke you have. Yeah. What color green or what color is the logo on yours?
Will he have the yellow oval or not? You know, there's all these coloring changes that have happened over the years.
Yeah, you could be like, well, this is a first printing of the second printing.
Yeah, right.
But you know, this can be cool with all the original ads and everything. Of course, Brian Bolland, Alan Moore, such a huge book. We've got the regular cover, and there is a foil edition of that as well. There's also a blank sketch cover that's cool because it has the title, The Same Play. So get Brian Bolland to draw your own.
Right.
If you can afford that.
This is the 50th Anniversary Treasury Edition, Superman vs. the Amazing Spider-Man Facsimile Edition. So this is from, it was written by Jerry Conway, Ross Andrew did the artwork, and this is going to reprint the original official DC Marvel team-up from 1976. This was the first official team-up. There was an unofficial one that they kind of snuck in a couple of Marvel DC books in the earlier 70s. But this is the story where Superman and Spider-Man team up to take on Lex Luthor and Doc Ock. I love this story so much. I'm so excited to have a facsimile of it. We know we're getting this, and we're getting a facsimile of the other Superman Spider-Man book from 1981. That's coming later, or later in early 2026, but later than now. And then we're getting 2 new Superman Spider-Man crossover books in the same vein of the Batman Deadpool book. So lots of Superman Spider-Man team up. I have the original one of these, but I'm still getting. We have a regular cover, a foil cover, and an Alex Ross cover. So even though I've got the original, I'm still going to get the foil and the Alex Ross cover. I love that transition, being able to see classic and modern art. But I'm so excited for this. And there's a blank cover as well, where you can draw them in a different pose.
Well, next up, speaking of, we've got Spider-Boy Team Up. It's so weird they've started these facsimiles with the Spider-Boy book and not start with I don't know, Dark Claw or whatever. But this was the second of the amalgam Spider-Boy books. The first one was just Spider-Boy. Yeah. This is the team up with the Legion, the amalgam version of the Legion. So very cool in here as well. If you maybe are having a hard time finding the original amalgam books, pick this up.
This is 1776, #1, the second printing. This first issue was really cool, and I want to see this character.
Yeah, badly. And this is what was the foil David Nakia on the cover, but it's a regular version for this. And we also have a Amazing Spider-Man 15 Todd Knox second printing cover with Spider-Man's new suit.
Yeah,
which is a fun new little character, and I wonder what's going to happen to him once Spider-Man gets to Earth.
See, that's why I don't want the Spider-Man space story to end for a while, because I like these characters they've introduced, and it looks like it's going to end in mid-February. It's no, stretch it out.
Yeah,
it's fun.
I want to see Glitch meet Warlock.
Yeah.
Big fuse and become Glitchlock or something. But that is it for Comics from the Future. Thank you so much for watching. Head on over to infinityflux.net right now, where you can start placing your pre-orders. Again, super important you get those pre-orders in. That way, when these books are released, you will already have your name on them, so you don't have to fight or hunt or whatever for them. You will already have your name on them, and it'll be set aside for you. And whether you shop in-store or somewhere where we mail to, you will be all set. Make sure to like and subscribe, share the video, all that good stuff, so we can continue to bring you very fun comic updates and new books and all that cool stuff, and help you stay better informed about the things that are coming out. Stay tuned for our video coming up on Monday. We'll be going over a bunch of books that are coming out next week. There's a lot of really big ones, including Absolute Batman, which is going to be awesome, plus some more DCKO tie-ins, some more Age of Revelation tie-ins, and much more. Don't miss out on that. Let us know in the comments which of these books you're most excited for. We love to see that. Let us, put any questions you have in the comments as well. We love to answer those. And I believe that's it. So until next time, see ya.